This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. 10 persons have been reported killed in northern Burkina Faso in a terrorist attack. 2 others were seriously injured during the attack by gunmen on Sikiri, north of the country on Sunday near the Malian border. Shops and other businesses were looted and set ablaze. Islamist militants have carried out a wave of killings across the region in recent years. Burkina Faso defense and security ministers were sacked earlier this month as part of a government reshuffle following a previous attack in the north of the country. Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa says he has ordered the arrest of members of the country forces who were caught on camera beating up a young man that had been arrested during protests earlier this month over massive fuel price hikes. Mnangagwa says he was appalled by what he had seen in the video report by Sky News showing a man in handcuffs being pulled from a van and reportedly beaten around his head. He also encouraged all those impacted to contact the authorities and file an official complaint. A government-appointed human rights group in Zimbabwe had accused soldiers of using systematic torture against protesters. The Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission said at least 8 persons had been reported killed in a week, most of whom were shot with live ammunition. Stay with us to be back after the short break.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Organizers have called for more anti-government demonstrations in Sudan. Crowds of Sudanese protesters held rallies in their neighborhoods and some squares in the capital and its twin city of Omdurman on Sunday, despite a massive deployment of riot police and security agents. President Omar al-Bashir is now facing almost daily defeats at home in towns and cities across the country. Protests are still spreading despite mass arrests and harsh crackdown by security forces using tear gas and live ammunition. Protests have rocked the East African country for weeks. Officials say 30 persons have died in the violence since the protest first erupted in December in Atbara town before spreading to Khartoum and other regions. Rights groups say more than 40 persons have been killed. That's ANN News Brief. Thanks for watching. For details on these and other stories, visit our website, annafrica.net. Also join the conversation on Facebook, facebook.com/ANN Africa TV, Instagram and Twitter at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.